Cocoli Locks. As part of the Expanded Canal, two sets of locks were built to modernize the canal that was at that time 100 years old to provide service to Post Panamax type ships, a business that was being lost since before the expansion they turned around almost reaching the Antarctic. Its commissioning accelerated the travel time of these ships. This ship goes from the Pacific to the Atlantic. First, it is raised in the Cocoli Locks between 25 to 30 meters above sea level by the system of locks. From there to the right, we see the locks for smaller ships, first Miraflores and then Pedro Miguel. Both on the left and right we can see what were previously hills that were flooded to make way for the canal. In some parts it follows the course of the Chagres River, until it reaches the Gatun artificial lake. This is disputed to be the largest artificial lake in the world depending on the rainy season and water levels. The fee to cross the Panama Canal depends on the size of the vessel and their cargo capacity. Currently, a fee of US $90 is charged for each of the containers that are in the cargo bin, so a cargo ship with a maximum capacity of 15,000 would pay US $1,350,000 to cross the canal. For cruise ships and tourist boats that cross the canal, $138 is charged for each person on board, making the crossing a high operating cost. However, compared to the costs of going down to the lowest part of the American continent and going back up to the destination, it is much more convenient. The ultimate goal of the Panama Canal is to shorten the distances for maritime and commercial routes. Thanks to this, the commercial opening can happen not only for the American continent, but for the whole world. Once in the lake on the left we can see other boats that are crossing the canal. The first one we find appears to be a grain boat that goes to the Pacific. We can appreciate the difference in size between the two. Then we run into other boats of containers before entering to clear water, the Atlantic Lock system. A small review of its operation. When a ship approaches, the first gate opens, with the water level at ocean level. The lake water is then pumped out and begins to fill until it matches the middle of the second lock. Each lock in the Panama Canal has a capacity of 100 million liters of water, or 100,000 cubic meters of water, which is filled and emptied in just 8 minutes. At that moment the gates of the second lock open and the vessel is guided by means of trains, which circulate on metal tracks along the side of the canal. This process happens 5 times until the boat ends at Gatun Lake. Once the boats cross the lake, they begin their descent to reach sea level again.